passionate about manufacturing and passionate about getting young people interested in manufacturing. That's one of the things that I've been involved with. As well as being chairman of the Manufacturing magazine, I was involved in a project called Manufacturing Insight, which was a government-led initiative to try and change the image of manufacturing, try and change the way young people in particular think about manufacturing and careers in manufacturing. Unfortunately, that fell foul of the bonfire of the Quangos, so I'm back at the manufacturer, but equally still passionate about this sector and about the way that we should encourage young people and everybody else in this country to think about manufacturing in a completely different way. The situation in Germany is that it has a completely different way of looking at manufacturing. They really value engineers and they value manufacturing businesses. For some reason, historically in the UK, we tend to not value them, think of them as second-class citizens, and that's something we really do need to change. So I've got a few minutes today. I'll try and whiz through. This is a presentation that's come out of my experience at the manufacturer and also my experience whilst I was at Manufacturing Insight. And I'll try and get this nice to work. Look at that, fantastic. Okay, so we talked Ian mentioned earlier the fact that they're trying to get young people interested in manufacturing. These are some statistics that are available. This is from Engineering UK, what used to be called it's an organisation that's focused on manufacturing and engineering. It involves all the societies, the Royal Society, etc. And it's pulled together. And they do a fantastic piece of research every year. They organise ATB. They organise Big Bang Fair every year. And this is some of the research that they've done. Some of those statistics are really quite frightening. Before we proceed, I'd like to just play you a video which kind of puts those statistics in the right context, and also I hope will make you laugh and make you think.
Yesterday, I left him alone for a minute, and he disassembled the TV, our clock, and the stereo.
That's perfectly normal. Kids take things apart.
Oh. The part that worries me is he used the components to build a ham radio set.
Oh dear.
Is that bad?
Normally I'd want to run the EEG on, but the machine isn't working. It's worse than I feared.
What is it?
I'm afraid your son has the knack. The knack. It's a rare condition characterized by an extreme intuition about all things mechanical and electrical and other social ineptitude.
Can he lead a normal life?
No. He'll be an engineer.
I'm never quite sure whether to laugh or cry when I've seen it. I've seen it a few times now and I still can't decide, but it's funny and a little bit sad. For manufacturers to be competitive today, we not only need the best tools, the best techniques, the best technology, the best equipment, the best financing options, which is a big issue, the best business models, the best innovation, the best design, the best marketing, but we also need to have the whole of that strategy implemented and managed by the best possible people. Highly skilled, highly motivated, innovative, dynamic and intelligent. But attracting those people into manufacturing has never been easy, and it's certainly not going to get any easier. We need to do something about it. Focusing on attracting young people, I showed you the stats earlier. This is the problem that we have, and this, as I say, is a big piece of work. There is no short-term fix to this skills shortage that we've got. It's here with us right now. Speaking to Steve from ATB earlier, we've got the problem right now, and all the projections, all the analysis that people are doing, it's only going to get worse. This skills shortage that we have, we must grapple with this issue now. There's no short-term solution, there's no quick fix solution. What we need is a long-term campaign. It's beholden on every manufacturer, I think, in the UK to grasp the this issue. We must think and be positive about manufacturing. At every opportunity, when you're out, when you're talking to people, when you're down the pub, wherever you are, talk about manufacturing in a positive way. Tell people about the experiences that Ian has mentioned earlier, the things that you can do in manufacturing, the places it can take you, the experiences you can have. We need to overcome these three misconceptions. you think positively about manufacturing today. So I've got two graphs on the screen, and we'll do a little show of hands. So if you think that the manufacturing is represented by the graph on the left, you can raise your hands now. This is encouraging. Are you sure? Okay, that's fine. If you think it's more likely to be represented by the one on the right, you can raise your hand now. Thank you, sir. Ah, good. Okay, well that's very encouraging. Perhaps people are starting to listen, because my experience is typically the BBC and various other media will say, this is the situation of manufacturing, look at it, dreadful decline, etc., etc. In actual fact, both of these graphs are representations of manufacturing. The one on the right here is a representation of a fall in the percentage of GDP. Now that's true, it's true of the UK, but it's also true of Italy. Actually, it's also true of Germany to a slightly lesser extent, and it's true of most industrialised Western nations of a similar decline in GDP. I also think this hugely overstates the decline. Back in the 1970s, ATB Morley and bigger firms' canteens were run by ATB Morley. Therefore, the ONS data would present that as all part of GDP and manufacturing. Now, of course, it's outsourced to Compass, or similar, and of course goes down as a service business. But in actual fact, it's all fed through manufacturing. If the engineers don't want to eat, Compass, a service business, won't be making any money. And these stats, therefore, misrepresent this decline to a large extent. But interestingly, this is where we really are. This is the index of production. This is the way that manufacturing output has changed over that time. And as you can see, it's an upward graph. So that's the graph I'd like the BBC to use, but they never bloody do. This is, now this time I've actually labelled the graph. So this is GVA, gross value add per employee in manufacturing. This is the way we should be talking about manufacturing. And again, it'd be interesting to see which one of these lines you think represents manufacturing. To speed things along, I'll tell you. It's all of them. It's this one, it's this one, it's this one, it's this one. It's not that one. That one is the whole of the UK economy. So in terms of the gross value add, what manufacturing does for a UK PLC... In terms of UK PLC, this is what the whole of the economy manages to contribute. This is what our so-called mature industries in manufacturing manage to contribute in terms of GVA. But look at the rest of it. Absolutely fantastic. That's the sort of thing we need to be telling people about. But we have a problem. Sorry, no, we've done that bit. So we've got these three misconceptions. There's a disconnect, I think, between what's really happening in manufacturing, what manufacturing really contributes, and what people think about. And one of the children interviewed earlier said, I think he said Victorian mills or Victorian factories, but that's typically the image that we see people using in manufacturing. Whilst at Manufacturing Insight, we produced a supplement for the Daily Telegraph detailing the careers that were available in manufacturing. And I sent the designer the picture of the Ford lighting factory in Washington. And I sent it to him 3 times, and each time he came back and said, no, I want a picture of the factory. That is the factory. No, that's not a factory. Factories have got corrugated iron roofs, smokestacks, etc. He couldn't get his head around the fact that this is what a modern factory looks like. Speaking to the people at Warwick University recently, Lord Bhattacharya has this vision of carpeted floors in manufacturing. Now that is a long way off, I'm sure, and we still peaceful figure every now and then. But we're a long way from what people really think about as the old-style, traditional, Victorian-type manufacturing situation in the UK. We need to tell people about the sort of environment they'd be working in and how it is probably different to what they're expecting. I don't think you need to reinvent the wheel. There are a lot of very good organisations out there who can help you as a manufacturer or as involved with teaching children in some way. There are lots of good things going on, and I'd urge you to take a look at some of these things. So STEMnet is STEM is science, technology, engineering, and maths. We think should have 2 ends. The second one being manufacturing, because technology and science and all the rest of it, without actually manufacturing at the end, isn't of great value. So if you want to look up STEMnet, they're very well worth talking to. They have representatives on the ground. They engage with graduates and other engineers, young engineers, and get them to be role models and to go around and speak to other young people about manufacturing. Imagineering is a great little project, trying to encourage sort of after-school clubs, trying to encourage people to think about engineering. And then every year, Engineering UK, what used to be ATB, runs something called the Big Bang. I think they had 30,000 school children attending this year, so fantastic event. They have regional events as well. And there are several other similar things. If you're interested in trying to engage with young people, get them interested in manufacturing, go and speak to one of these organisations, they'll certainly be able to help. My final thing really is a kind of plea, a call to arms. We've got a chance, I think, right now, the way things are at this moment, all political parties are talking about manufacturing. We're suddenly in the limelight like we've never been. We're out of the shadows and we're in the limelight. We must, for God's sake, not let this opportunity pass us by. We've got a chance now to engage with the media, to engage with the people in the UK, and to change the way that they think about manufacturing. Events like this today are terrific. Winning Queen's Awards for innovation and export and things like that, absolutely fantastic. We need to make more of it. The problems we've got there, things like 5 or 6 years ago, every single major UK newspaper had an industry or a manufacturing reporter. Now there's only Peter Marsh at the FT. We've got to try and get